Hi everyone, it's Crystal. Welcome back to my channel. Today thought I would do a quick video and talk about how my pregnancy has gone so far. I was looking back at my previous videos. I'm like, gosh, I don't think I've updated them in quite a while. Since probably my 20-week scan, which was 10 weeks ago. So yeah, almost 2.5 months. It's crazy to even think about. So anyways, this week I actually turned 30 weeks pregnant with twins. I cannot believe it. I literally just got goosebumps. Oh, I'm gonna try not to cry either. Because it's just incredible. I'm gonna meet these babies so soon. So anyways, 30 weeks pregnant on this Friday, which is probably when you're seeing this video, right around there. It's just incredible, and I'm just amazed. So I haven't really done a real live pregnancy update. So I thought I would just talk about things that happened in the second trimester and kind of how I've been feeling now and kind of my plans going forward. So thinking about the second trimester, I updated you guys last on our 20-week scan, and we had all good news from that. Nothing really showed up. We did have to go back like a week later and do a fetal, no, it wasn't a week, it was a month later, and do a fetal echo because the babies weren't really cooperating. I was getting, whenever I lay on my back, I start getting lightheaded and don't feel very good. So it was just it was just time to be done with that scan. So we had to go back and do the fetal echo, and we passed that with flying colors. So that was amazing to hear. And I was so glad to hear that. A couple of appointments ago, so about a month ago, when I was 26 weeks pregnant, 26? 24 or 26 weeks pregnant, when I went back in, I had to do the gestational diabetes testing, and that's just where you sit there for 1 hour, you drink the orange soda, we call it pop, drink the pop, sit there for an hour, and then they take your blood, measure your sugars, and we passed that as well. I was also kind of worried about that because with twins, they always say that that increases your chances. So another blessing that we passed that. I'm trying to think what else. For doctor's appointments, I did have to get a vaccine. Woo, exciting stuff. I think they call it the Tdap. That's when it helps protect the babies from whooping cough. So we did go through that, but otherwise the appointments have been very easy. I go every 2 weeks to see my OBGYN. I did go ahead and graduate from the fetal maternal specialist, so I'm no longer seeing them. So they now consider me kind of low risk, I guess. So go every 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure they're gonna start saying we're gonna start seeing you every week, just because we are getting so close to babies being here. It's just amazing. They say with twins, I think the average time that they're born is 36 weeks. Can't talk, sorry. So that's 6 weeks away. That is freaking me out. It's like, I'm not ready. Well, I look around, I'm like, no, we're ready, but I'm not ready. No, I'm ready. No, I'm not ready. It's just a battle. So I'm just trying to enjoy these last few weeks, hopefully more than that, being pregnant with my 2 kiddos here. Symptoms over the past few weeks, or I'd say probably a couple of months, the sleeping has probably been the biggest issue to me. It's been incredibly uncomfortable to sleep. Of course, you're supposed to sleep on your left side most of the time. I find myself switching from my left side to my right side constantly throughout the night, and I wake up for at least a 2-hour stretch almost every night, just laying there thinking how incredibly uncomfortable I am. So sleep has probably been the biggest issue, but that I can handle for sure. I've also had some pain with my sciatic nerve. I hope I said that right, which is kind of the nerve back in your butt area. It hurts so bad. My whole left side just kills. And I know I could probably go see a chiropractor and they could try to help me out, but I'm just trying to play the tough girl to get through it. We're almost there. I can handle it. So I find myself kind of walking with a gimp sometimes. It's really funny looking. But yeah, that nerve has been really, really bothering me, especially on my left side. Also, my husband would say, and maybe the kids, that I have been cranky. That is probably one of I don't feel like I've been cranky or crabby in my other pregnancies, but this one, man, I'll leave it at that. I've been kind of crabby. I've been kind of crabby. Bathroom trips are very frequent. It is so frustrating because I feel like I have to go every hour, and then I go and it's like a little tinkle. There's like nothing there. It's like, oh, these babies are pushing on my bladder. What else? Ultrasounds. I'm still getting ultrasounds on the twins. I think my next one is in 2 weeks, about 2 weeks. So really my last one, I actually went to one last week. I had an ultrasound and they checked my cervical length just to make sure that those babies were not anywhere close to coming, and everything checked out fine. I passed that with flying colors. They passed all their growth scans. The babies, as of last week, were measuring 2 pounds, 11 ounces each, which is pretty incredible that they're both weighing exactly the same. Now, I will tell you, baby A, who is closer down to the bottom, has a huge head. So at that time, I was like 28 weeks pregnant, and that baby's head measured 31 weeks. So a big head. The ultrasound tech was like, whoa, have fun with that. So I'm used to it. All my kids had huge heads, so it wasn't really a shock. So it'll be interesting to see if that baby does, in fact, have a huge head. But the other baby measured right on track, so there were no issues at that scan. I'll go for another scan in a couple of weeks, and they'll probably start doing like stress tests, things like that, just to make sure that those babies are doing well in there. I get a lot of questions on, are you planning a vaginal birth? Are you going to do a C-section? And it's kind of a tricky question to ask right now. We haven't really decided. I would prefer a vaginal birth just because that's what I have done in the past. I know what to expect, and a lot less like recovery involved with that, especially when I have 2 other kids at home to take care of. Baby B, which is the baby that's higher up, is still breech. So from the research I've done, there's still a little bit of time for this baby to flip. So we haven't quite made up our mind, but my doctor seems confident that we can shoot for a vaginal birth. So we shall see. We shall see. I have my fingers crossed, and I will for sure be getting an epidural. My doctor said, in case I have to reach up there and grab that second baby, I require you to have an epidural. And I'm like, you know what? I have no intentions of playing a tough girl. Give me the drugs. So that is the plan. We'll see what actually happens as my appointments continue and we check the baby's movement and things like that. Weight gain has been a concern to me mostly, not to my doctor. He just keeps telling me, keep eating, you're doing great. I've gained about 40 pounds already with this pregnancy, which is crazy. That's like what I gained with a single baby over the course of 40 weeks. And of course, we still have at least a month to go before these babies shall arrive. So yeah, lots of weight gain, but I'm not worried about it. I'm just eating when I want, when I'm hungry, that sort of thing. But I've definitely gained some weight this pregnancy. I feel the babies move quite a bit. Baby B, the higher up baby, is constantly moving and kicking. And then my baby A, I can still feel quite often. Not as active, I would say, but yeah, it's just crazy. The last scan, their heartbeats, one of them was 130 and one was 145. So I'm like, God, that means it's one of each. But we honestly have no clue the genders. I haven't got a peek. I even was like, oh, let me see if I can see something in the scan when she was doing it last week. But those babies are so big, like you can't even see anything on these ultrasounds anymore. You can't get like a full profile pic. They're just, I mean, they're big and that's awesome. But yeah, it limits what you can tell or see on the ultrasound. So we're definitely waiting for the big surprise when they arrive. I have been buying both boy and girl things in hopes that it's one of each, but honestly, I just have no idea. My gut tells me and my instinct tells me it's one of each. I feel like baby A is a girl and baby B, the wild one, is a boy, but we shall see. We shall see. What else? I think that's about it. So I'm now in my 3rd trimester, of course. That I went in the 3rd trimester at 28 weeks pregnant, so I'm well into my 3rd trimester. I'm now really focusing on getting my hospital bag packed with all the essentials. I'm also starting to think of just getting the house ready for when the twins arrive, as far as maybe like freezer meals. I did that with my other kids and that was so nice to have. I just feel like time is running out, so it's really been my focus just to start getting things ready for these babies to get here, because it's going to be here before we know it. This weekend we have a holiday. You know, we have things going on the weekends, so it's going to come super fast. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing a pregnancy or like a Q&A video. If you guys have any additional questions, which I'm sure you do, please leave them below. And if I get enough questions, I will do a separate video and answer all your questions, because I know that I'm missing out on a bunch of stuff. I don't do pregnancy updates, so I don't really know everything you want me to cover, but I will show you a baby bump. You guys want to see it? I will show you. So it's kind of funny. I'm going to move this. I asked my doctor, I'm like, how big do I look, or like, if I had one baby, how big would I look? And it's always been 7 weeks. I measure 7 weeks ahead. Like, so I look like I'm 37 weeks pregnant with one baby. Of course, I'm only 30 weeks with 2, so we got a little while to go. These are my awful pants, so pay no attention to those. See if I can, my camera has been, there, how's that? Gigantic. I feel gigantic. I'm like holding the camera here. But yeah, my clothes do not fit. They do not fit anymore. We're on the home stretch, so leggings it is for me. So like I said, if you have any questions, leave them below. I will try to do a separate video if I have enough questions. And yeah, I'm just super excited. We're incredibly blessed and can't wait to meet these twins, but not yet. At least 6 more weeks. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye.